Hey guys, today we're reviewing the Hoka Bondi 8 shoe. Kind of a mall walker shoe, if you will. A great cushioning shoe, as they call it. Heavier shoe, less breathable shoe. Certainly something for anyone who's recovering, trying to get a lot of miles in. A kind of a daily runner shoe. And certainly not a PR shoe, and certainly not an Alpha Fly by Nike or by any stretch. So let's get into it. Let's get into the details of the shoe. First off, suggested retail price about $200. I went to the running room and they highly recommended this shoe for me. They looked at my gait, they gave me a recommendation. So it's a cushioned game changer. That's kind of what they call it. On the top, it's a perforated engineered mesh. Now I'll tell you one thing, I've used a lot of other shoes. It's not that much breathing material in here. It does feel congested. It gets hot if you're doing a long run. There's not a ton of breathing available in here. It's the one-sided tongue sleeve, so you get the one-sided tongue sleeve. The midsole is EVA foam. It's ortholite footbed, and it is a 4 millimeter drop. So it's very, very well cushioned. On the outsole, we have the carbon rubber, and it's exposed EVA foam. It weighs well over 300 grams, so almost 350 grams, 12 ounces. So they do have different widths available. They got the double E, I think they even have a triple E and a regular. I did get the double E, made in Vietnam. So what do you want to know about this shoe? First off, you probably want to know who should buy this shoe. So I don't love this shoe. I think it's okay. I think it's supposed to be comfortable. Every time I put these bad boys on, I feel like I'm getting ready. I feel like I'm the guy in Seinfeld that Jimmy wants to jump high. Jimmy wants to go.
What do you got there?
These?
Yeah.
These are Jimmy's training shoes.
Yeah, I've seen these things. What are they? They make your legs stronger.
Oh, yeah. Jimmy couldn't jump at all before he got these. Jimmy was like you.
But there's way too much. Like, look at that sole. Look how big that sole is. And, there's so much. You feel like you can't go too fast because you're being prevented from going fast with a heavy, bulky, cumbersome shoe. So if you're trying to get a PR, you're not going to get it. I don't love this shoe for that reason. Now, I do have probably 400 or 500 miles in these shoes because I've used it a lot for recovery runs. So if I'm doing a recovery run after a really, really tough run and I want to just go nice, easy pace and I got to do 6 or 8 miles or something, and it's going to be tough because I know that I'm sore everywhere and the miles are going to be tough and my feet are sore, my ankles are sore, my hips are sore. I tend to wear these things because of the cushioning and because of the support and because I'm not going to have to worry about falling. So, it's good for that. But let's just say that doesn't happen often, and it's not a shoe that I would choose to have in my rotation for any other reason than that. So I do think the prior Hokas, like the Hoka Bondi 7, was a little bit better. I think it had. So this is a very narrow part of the shoe right here. It's really wide up here, and then it narrows here, and the boot feels super narrow right here, and it can cause pain, and has caused pain for me, and I've read online that others have talked about this. So, I don't think that's great. If you're doing 5Ks, if you're kind of starting out to walk, that's probably a really good walking shoe. I don't know. I don't walk a ton, but or if you're just starting out and you're trying to do a 5K or something and you need support, it's probably a great shoe for that. I don't think the upper comfort is great. I don't think the upper ventilation is good. You don't get a ton of responsiveness. It's not, the tongue does stay in place. Turns are good. You can easily do turns with this thing. Again, it's not a fast shoe. It's a heavy shoe, and it's not going to be your personal best shoe. So there you have it, guys. The mall walker shoe, if that's who you are, or you need a support shoe in your rotation, or you want something to wear after a tough race, tough ride perhaps, then consider the Hoka. But if you're looking for time, if you're looking for elite running, I would not suggest the Hoka Bondi 8. For the reasons mentioned, the breathing, the tightness, the heaviness, the prodding, it is simply not a fast shoe. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Check out our podcast. My brother and I do a podcast called The Running Journey. It's on this channel. We talk about our journey from being overweight, two overweight dads, weighed 250 pounds, didn't have a handle on our life, and then we found running and how our life changed, and we did our first marathon. We qualified for Boston, Ironman World Championships, Triathlon World Championships, and everything that we've done since. It's on the podcast, The Running Journey. Like and subscribe now, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video.